Aloha, everyone. I have a tiny intro for us.
Cool.
It worked.
Yay! And the notification already dinged as soon as we went live. It dinged.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh, little Zen Crown. Hi, Julie. Oh my God.
Hi, Julie.
7:35. I love you. Hope your internet's still holding up. Hi, Lisa Rhodes. Welcome.
Hello. Aloha.
Hey, I got this little squirmy dude here.
Oh, yeah. He's not camera shy. Oh, yeah. You guys match.
Baby. What you doing, Buddha?
You look matchy match.
I want you to meet Buddha. Hi, Buddha. Hi, Buddha. Hi, baby.
You guys look really matchy match today.
I know, right? How have you been, my dear?
I've been doing well. Yeah, it's winter time in Hawaii, so it's actually I woke up today and just before sunrise there was a huge storm cloud due west from my place. It looks like I'm pointing backwards, but that's west. That's west, straight out to the ocean, and there was quite a bit of rain out there, but it didn't come in. And the sky is clearing to the east now.
Where I'm sitting west is that way.
Yeah.
Which is almost the same way you're pointing, which is funny because it's not where my door's more south.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways, yeah. So it's nice. New year, new energy. I'm real excited about the year of the rabbit because I watched a couple of you. Are you a water rabbit?
No, I'm a wood rabbit.
Wood rabbit. Okay.
And water is the mother of wood. So there you go.
Well, let's hope your symbolic year isn't the fun thing mine was as a metal rat in 2020. I'll just never forget being all excited about being a metal rat in 2020. And I remember you, sir, I still haven't gotten that down. You, sir, said, "Oh my God, she doesn't know." But wow. I have watched the Chinese astrology, a couple of things on the rat on YouTube. And everybody said the same thing, that 2023 is the comeback year for the rat. Yes. So many auspicious signs for the rat this year. So I am really excited.
Oh, good. Good. Let's see. I'm still trying to get my secondary camera set up.
Oh, poor Jilly. She says we're looking at 6 inches of snow for tomorrow.
Oh, no. Oh.
And I think it's a yay. She says yay, not. So I'll do the sound effect. Yay.
I have a cat here now.
Yes. Oh, hi, Kiana.
All the animals are coming in today.
And Aspasia Rising is here. Aloha. Yeah. Soul Star is here. Aloha.
Joseph.
Welcome. Yeah, sip, sip. I still need more coffee.
I know.
I have my Calamity Wear mug. I've been seeing this on Facebook a lot. People are like searching for thrift shops for Calamity Wear.
Yeah. Is it getting rare?
No, I think it's just that it's fairly expensive. So people are hoping to find it in resale.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Let's see. I don't know why. I silenced my phone, and every time I turn it on to like be an extra camera,
that is me too.
Up at full volume. I'm like, but I silenced it.
Me and software, it's a bad combo. My mom had that energy where she would fry a watch. She couldn't keep a wristwatch. And she also melted the digital dashboards in a couple of cars. When that first came out, instead of a dial speedometer, when it was lights that would go across the dash, my mom just melted those things. Aloha Wiki, welcome. Good to see you. And yes, so today, Jonathan is setting up his camera because we're doing, drum roll please,
readings with, I got Tarot of the Owls, but I'm doing something a little extra. Who am I if not a little extra?
Where's Gerald when we need him with a hashtag overachiever?
I know, and I forgot to pull out my fan for this too, which was silly of me.
Oh, I've got mine.
So, for those of you who don't know, I am in the process of creating my own, I guess runes would be the best. I call them dark light runes because it's the best way to describe them. But series of two-sided runes meant to be tossed on top of a tarot reading. So, sunrise, sunset. Got earth and coins, right? So I have these guys, and we are going to play with them on top of the Tarot of the Owls. So this is just like a prototype deck, or not deck, set that I also have cheat sheets that actually, you know what? Let me do this.
No, put that in the middle.
Actually, what I'm going to do is kablooey. There we go. So let me. There we go. So I have these keywords I channeled when I was creating this deck. I showed you the earth and coins, right? So I have like little blurbs. So when I use them during your reading, I will pull this out so we can all look and see what the keywords are. And I'd love to hear what other people think of this system. So it's basically, I will be tossing a few of these. I will grab a handful, right, just to see what's going on there. And we see 1 light, 3 dark. So there's like, it's outright, the light is just trying to come back. And the funny thing is the 1 light is the lemniscate. So
oh, cool. Can you zoom your camera in at all on that?
Let me see. It's kind of hard because I got a sleeping puppy on me now. Let me see.
There we go.
The into space. There we go. That's better. So a little out that way. There. So we got the lemniscate. We got the spiral. We got the wands. We have the triple goddess, right? Very appropriate. The light is infinite. It's spiraling back up out of the darkness, right? Triple goddess. We're in the new moon right now, and the wands, right? It's that like it's starting to bloom. The fire's starting to come back. So it's very appropriate for it being, close to Imbolc, the return of spring. Very, very fitting, actually. Kind of funny that.
Very fitting. Funny how these things go.
I know, right? Yes, Jilly has pointed out that this gorgeous spread cloth is from Keeper of the Sacred Bee Tarot, which I have, but I don't think we're going to pull it out today. It's I'm actually talking to Kelly next week, so I think I kind of want to save that for next week. But I want to put this sneak peek teaser kind of thing.
Teaser.
I want to play with owls. So hi, Viviani, welcome.
Oh, hi, Viviani. How are you?
So let's see. This. I haven't even shuffled this deck yet. That's how new it is. But yeah, it's pretty.
Very pretty.
The book is full color with.
Ooh.
Right, getting a little sneak peek of the cards here.
Wow, those are really pretty illustrations. It looks very much like a children's book.
Oh, it's a gorgeous set. Yeah, 209 pages or 210 actually
Wow.
pages in the book. So, I mean, this is a really good if you're just getting started with tarot and have like a strong connection with owls. This might be a really good starter deck. Yeah, I think there's plenty of walkthroughs out there, so I decided I didn't really feel like doing it. These are the backs.
That's lovely.
Right, gorgeous. So I'm thinking we were gonna do 8 readings today because I want to be a little more in depth, and I'd like it to be more of a like, yes, Betsy and I are here to do the reading, but I'd like to also hear from the audience. If you have insights pop through, let's hear it. Right. So,
do we want to take just a moment to ground?
Would you guide us through a grounding? I just heard your guide say that we want Betsy to do it.
Okay. Can do. So let's just all take a minute to close eyes and tune in and just focus on a few breaths that are inspiring to you. Different word, but whatever feels inspiring for you, breathe that in, call it to your heart space. Exhale that out for the world to share in your inspiration and joy. And we're going to use this new, bright, bubbly, amazing feeling to ground to Mother Earth. So let's gather up some of that inspiration energy and let's take a nice deep breath in and out, pushing that energy down deep, deep, deep to the very core of Mother Earth, calling her to us. She hears our call and answers us, sending her unconditional love up through the soles of our feet, up to our ankles, rising higher to our knees, and now up to our hips, rising higher, filling our bellies and lungs, to our shoulders, spills down our arms, past our elbows and wrists to our fingertips, rises up higher through our throats to the top of our head. Now we feel an unbroken connection to Mother Earth. We breathe her in. She shares our breath. We will now ask Father Sky to join us as well. So once again, we'll reach out, pushing our energy, this time up through our crown chakras up to the heavens. So take a nice deep breath in and out, pushing that energy up high to Father Sky in the heavens. He hears our call and he answers us, sending down his wisdom and patience through the top of our head, down to our jaw, fills our neck to our shoulders, spills down our arms, past our elbows and wrists to our fingertips, and now travels down our spine, filling our lungs and our bellies to our tailbone, passes down by our hips to our knees, to our ankles and the tips of our toes. Now we feel an unbroken connection to Father Sky. We breathe him in. He shares our breath as he and the Mother unite within us in perfect, balanced harmony. We ask that our space be cleared now of any negative energies, and we ask that our guidance come to us in the beauty way only. We believe in this moment, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you for that. That was beautiful. Oh, and as we pull out the owl deck, who shows up? Aquarius Owl. Hi, Debbie. Hello.
Oh, hi. Hello. It's your time, girl.
So, if you would like a reading, and it's not going to be, we're going to do a deeper reading than normal. So I'm not sure how many we're going to get to, but I'll try and get to as many as we can. Please type in all caps, owl.
There we go.
And I should start shuffling this because it's never been shuffled.
You're welcome, Jill. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see brand new deck, how it comes up.
I kind of like the idea of first time use. No, Jilly's first.
Jilly's first. Cool.
Beth has and loves this deck, as does Debbie Aquarius Owl. Of course, Aquarius Owl would have this deck. One would hope, right?
Yes.
So I'm busy starring.
Very good. Yeah, keep track.
That way, if chat goes crazy, I can just jump over to the start list.
And are we doing generals or are we doing requests, Jonathan?
So I was thinking of doing a 9-card spread, so a little bit more in depth, with a handful of dark light runes tossed on top after we've peeled back the layers of the 9 cards, just to add an extra layer to peel back.
Cool.
I don't know. I'm feeling like at this time of year, it's good to like peel back the layers to get to the root of things. I was just very much called for that.
Alrighty. And so we will be doing a message for Jilly first. Purple Jade said, pick me up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm currently wearing 2 wearable crystal green necklaces. And I've got quite the armful.
Okay. Oh, I gotta go get my chakra deck. Pardon me.
Oh, I'm gonna start laying out Jilly's spread.
Yeah.
A little tilted during that close up. 4 of Cups. And Jilly. So I'm just gonna start throwing out cards, and then I will come back to it.
Oh my. Okay.
I think I'm gonna need to actually pull back.
I know what I have. I can't wait to see what you got, Jonathan.
Nine cards on this little screen is going to be a little hard, so I will be picking cards up, obviously. Okay, so in the center, we get 4 of Cups, right? So this is kind of like the central energy that Jilly is dealing with at the moment. It's that feeling of apathy, but also feeling of the need to go inwards and really like reassess everything. Then I read the diamond around it. And we start with the Hanged Man. Oh my god, I love this card. Oh, yeah, it's feeling kind of. Oh, look, there's the 7 of Pentacles next after the Hanged Man. So, kind of in the moment feeling stuck in a way, but also really enjoying the connections that she has with this Three of Cups here. And being very motherly, right? Embracing that mother energy of the Empress.
Purple again.
Purple. And then the two corners here, we have Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles, which is interesting. Two aces. I always read the corners together as pairs. So to get two aces as a pair, definitely restarting a lot of things with Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles. It's like restarting a lot of ways of thinking, restarting a lot of ways of how you manifest things in the world. Then the following, so it's two sets of four that I'm reading here, basically. Eight of Swords with the Sun, which is interesting. Swords with the Sun. So in a way, feeling trapped and craving the warmth of the sun, feeling trapped by winter. I mean, she's about to get 6 inches of snow, so I can totally see that. Let me show you. The bells are ringing.
Let me know when. Let me know
I
when.
see the little sip sip. So then we can also read this line as the past. We got Ace of Swords, the Hangman, and the Sun. So this whole like learning how to have new thoughts, new ways of thinking, new ways of communicating seems to be a lesson that's ongoing or repeating. It's not the first time you felt kind of stuck seeing things in perspectives that not a lot of other people can see. But you definitely had your happiness, right? Currently, this is present. You got Seven of Pentacles, Four of Cups, the Empress. So there's definitely a waiting feeling here, but at the same time leaning into that motherhood as a sense of empowerment, a sense of purpose, a sense of who she is. And then future, we got the Eight of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, you might still be stuck in a few more weeks of winter, but soon there'll be many reasons to celebrate, and the seeds you've been planting, it'd be time to start planting more seeds. Gestating, waiting to get outside, waiting to plant your garden, right? So let me.
Can I share what?
Yeah, go ahead.
The very first thing that I got was I was asked to pick up my purple jade, which is for me the symbol of setting boundaries, emotional and energetic boundaries about keeping your energetic autonomy. And then I was guided to get a chakra card, and I have solar plexus, which is funny that there's all the purple and yellow in Jonathan's reading, and there's also the purple and yellow in what I had drawn before as Jonathan was shuffling. And what I got on this, Jilly, was the feeling of being torn between what you want personally and duty and obligation, and that there's changes working within you about wanting to follow a path that of interest for yourself that doesn't involve your family members so much. That's something that's really personal to you and really about you and for your health. and well-being and sense of fulfillment, happiness, joy, the whole thing. What this may do is shift some of your availability for other people, and they may not like it. So the four, when I saw the Four of Cups and the Hanged Man come up straight away, to me, this feels like others wanting you to stay where you are, doing what you've always done for them, being a bit resistant maybe to you branching out and doing some other stuff. I was going to try and filter that to make it sound all fluffy and kumbaya, but that's the way it came out.
Which is funny because it actually mirrors exactly the runes.
Exactly. Oh.
So again, we got the 1 light and 3 dark for this one. And this is funny because I didn't even look. But the light is the symbol for health, right? Or healing. So health and healing symbol right there. That's why the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups gathered 3 runes, which is interesting. Normally they spread out. We got one down here, but this one's kind of touching this, so I consider this on both cards. But I guess this one's kind of touching the 7 of Pentacles too. But it's right now being in the present. So you got that healing, but we have the moon, right? Which is all about the feminine energy, sisterhood, but also it's death. It's owl energy, funny enough. Ancestors, right? With the triple goddess, who's also the moon goddess, right? You got 3 crescent moons here. And on the sun, one of the only negative runes in the whole set, the balefire, lands here in the sun, pointing directly at the Empress. So when Betsy was talking about feeling like that, obligation of family, that's exactly, it's like the balefire is pointing at the motherhood as the thing that's kind of blocking the happiness currently, in a way, or that family connection. But here it's all about going inwards for healing, really reconnecting with that feminine energy, reconnecting, because you got the moon and the triple goddess here. Triple goddess, we have fates, right? Maiden, mother, crone. It's that that process of going through change, right? Same with the moon. It's change, it's cycles, and learning how to heal through those cycles and not letting roles block the happiness.
And I have an ad on my end as well, is that to remember, some people don't like change in general. They may be the type of people that just want to know that it's consistent. They don't like change in general. And so I feel like this is the resistance. This is the push that you're feeling of pushing in on you to stay the same. And I think, I hear the word spring, as in spring has sprung. Once you begin following your steps, because I'm not seeing that you are going to be stopped or altering your plans to appease others. Once you begin your steps and the people that are around you see how wealthy you are now in joy, fulfillment, happiness, well-being. Once people see the difference in you, they are going to respond to that, to recognize that you are not less available to them, that it may be some small incremental time spans where you may be occupied doing something else you would normally be helping others or doing for others. But the trade-off is so beneficial that everybody's going to be on board and support you and back you on this journey.
Right. And the balefire here pointing at the Empress, I feel and that whole discussion about change is losing that role. Really, is it's connected, right? The happiness is connected to that role. So by losing that role, you feel like you're losing that happiness, that's not the case. You have the opportunity here to plant new seeds. So, there you go.
Act just
I
came
told you
in.
these are going to be a little deeper, and we're going to be peeling back layers. So I hope that was helpful, Jilly.
Yeah, Jilly said.
Still going through me. So
yeah, Jilly said she has goosebumps and seriously blown away. Thank you both so much.
thank you, Jilly.
Thank you, Jilly.
Mm.
And aloha to protect my energy. Ak. Hi.
Hey, Ak.
Yay, Jilly.
Hey, thank you, Jilly. Let's see who is next.
That one gave me a hot flash. I got to take my socks off.
Whereas I'm over here getting chills so much, I almost want to like close up and put on the heater.
Wow. Wow.
Next, we have Viviani.
Oh. This guy asked me to pick him up. Hey, Gerald's lurking. Gerald, I'm going to be on Gerald's channel in a little while later today. We are having a laugh and learn class on cord cutting with Chris Yao and maybe a special guest.
Wow. Hello, good stash.
Oh, now we have two. We have two dragons that asked to be included for Viviani.
That's funny because I keep hearing a little. So this one wants to come out.
Ooh.
This is a green onyx angel that wants to watch over the reading, apparently. Okay. It's just right there in the corner.
Yes, me too, Gerald. I'm looking forward to the live. The energy all of a sudden. Yowza.
Right? Oh, that cut so clean.
Hey, Viviani, do you ever listen to Jethro Tull? I'm hearing a particular song.
So, in the middle here, we've got Queen of Wands.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It's all about you being able to nourish not just your creativity, but the creativity of your community, those around you.
Oh,
I love this Chariot card. This is so cute.
oh, that's really cute. That's really cute. Oh my gosh.
Right? It's adorable. And then we have the lovers. I love how their faces are like making a heart. Lopsided heart, but still a heart. With the Page of Cups. And the Hangman. So it's obviously you're on a journey, personal journey, a journey for figuring out your destiny in a way, but also how to make the appropriate choices in life and who to connect with, right? Really, who is it that like you can connect with on that deep level, talk about things that are intuitive, that are really spiritual that, you know, the muggles don't necessarily want to talk about, right? Um, and it's kind of leaving you a little stuck, not sure, because you're seeing things from a perspective that not everyone around you can see. And I think that's what this Queen of Wands is all about. It's just being able to really realize that you are in charge of your own destiny, right? You get to control where the chariot goes. In our corners here, we have Ace of Swords and Death, right? So it's beginnings and endings. It's new ways of thinking, new ways of communicating, but also being willing to let go of those things that don't serve, don't vibe. Like if you try and interact with somebody and it's just, you know, it's not clicking, it's not really working, it's okay to move on, to find something else, somebody else, right? And then, of course, you have another ace, the Ace of Wands, with Justice. So you have quite a few majors popping out here, right? And actually, it's aces, majors, and court cards here. So you're obviously going through a major life event. I don't know, something that you're going to remember for a long time. This is a change. This is a step along the way, right? This is turning the end of one chapter, the start of the next. Oh, geez. Mimi, shush. Oh, my God. So yeah, the Ace of Wands with Justice is, you know, it's time to start really listening to those new sparks of inspiration, new sparks of passion, and find your balance again, right? Oh, trash truck.
They're here.
You're here. Okay, I'm gonna toss and then I want to hear from you. I'm gonna mute.
Okay. Viviani, I was asked first to pick up this little green dragon, and then Tiger Eye Roger decided to come in too. This one doesn't have a name yet. I don't know why. It's just so darn cute. But Roger came in too. And the Jethro Tull song I was hearing was Locomotive Breath. And so the dragons, the joke about, you know, fire-breathing dragons, the message that came through was about kind of finding a balance, temperance. Yes, you can be the dragon. Yes, you do have the power of fire in your breath, but let's maybe not come in quite so hot. I have a feeling you may be working on modulating your approach with people. This is a human thing, right? I kind of feel like the other realms get you pretty easily, whether it's physical or non-physical. The elementals say they get you. They like you the way you are. People, maybe not so much, you know. It feels like you have such a strong connection to elementals. And as you know, humans have lost the ability to communicate with elementals pretty in our modern world. We've lost a lot of that sensitivity and the subtle communications that can be found with elementals. So they have a tendency to kind of scream at us these days with showing their signs and symbols. Since we don't understand their language, they have to give us signs and symbols that are kind of in your face. And you're able to communicate in the same sort of style very well. But with human beings, modulate a little bit. There, I'm seeing the shower head, the massaging shower head in your shower that has all the different little attachments. And some days you want it blasting on you. Some days you need a gentle rain. so goes with the dragon breath. Some days you need to have a gentle rain with these people. Not saying that that fire is not appropriate for them to receive, but to make progress with people, that they need to have a gentle stream instead of a full-on blast. That, that people may not be responding to this elemental style very productively, if that makes sense. I'd like to know if that makes sense to you at all. Owl. Yes, Gerald. Owl. Hoot hoot. We should have said hoot hoot. Type in hoot hoot.
Who? Type in who. So I'll go over the runes. We got 5 here. We got 2 light, 3 dark. The one that I like starting near the top and working my way down. And the first one here is the scythe, right? And it's pointing right at Ace of Swords, which is funny because here the last one at the bottom is the swords. So a lot of sword energy coming up in this, because justice is also said to have the Ace of Swords in it. So here we have the Ace of Swords again in the justice. Ace of Swords up here. And we got the scythe pointing at the Ace of Swords, and we got the swords rune. So a lot of slicing and dicing going on here. So the scythe is endings, but it's also harvest, right? Something coming to fruition. So it's so the swords keep jumping out at me. So this whole idea of a new way of thinking, maybe a new way of communicating with people, really, because also if you look here, bottom of the deck, we got the Hermit, another major for you. It's that like what Betsy was saying is that connection with others. But okay, let's look at the 2 light ones here. So here we have the Lemnis Gate Infinity pointing right at the Queen of Wands. So, don't think you don't have the time. You have all the time in the world to do what you need to do, right? And this is the blessings room, right? Divine protection, little gifts from heaven, little bits of luck, contentment, greater awareness of things, right? And it's pointing right at the cup of the Ace, or the Page of Cups, right? So it's your intuition is a blessing, right? It's connecting these 2 cards, and it's specifically pointing right at that cup for me. So this is really a way of learning how to communicate with others, those intuitive hits you get on a regular basis, right? Here we have the Triple Goddess pointing right at death. Triple Goddess is all about change. Death is about change, right? So I'm getting another hit of like with Jilly, that whole fear of change. Like it's okay to let go, right? The swords rune here is pointing right at the Hanged Man. So it's okay to have this altered perspective, but also it's okay to let go of it sometimes too. So
guess who's here?
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, hi, Nicole. Trash truck is coming down my street. I'm gonna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll mute. I'll mute in a bit and go get a cup of water.
Okay.
Viviani says, "I sense a lot of change coming my way, and sometimes I feel a little anxious about it." You know what I like to say about change? Here's my go-to is if I feel that if I'm in that exact spot you're talking about, I don't want to try and imagine what's coming, because in order to do that, that means I have a frame of reference. So that means that's something I've already experienced behind me. If big change is coming and it's a new thing, I don't want to try and imagine it. I want the universe to surprise me on it. And know, Viviani, that the universe has your back. Change, yeah, it may be change, it may feel startling, but the universe usually gives us an upgrade, right? And to trust that the universe brings us an upgrade.
Even if it sometimes feels like a downgrade at the time.
Yeah, even if you don't get it initially. And yeah, absolutely. If it doesn't ring initially, to just hang in there, because it will all make sense.
Soulstar says, funny to see all the bird cards and hear the birds chirping in your background.
Yeah. Oh, can you guys hear them? Yeah. That's cool.
Viviani also says, I also want need and welcome change.
Yes. Nicole's got the trash truck too. Yeah, Jonathan and I both are neighborhoods, even though we're, I don't know how many trucks they have running on any given day, but it used to be that they would come to my house first and then they would go to Jonathan's house. It was really funny.
Right. Now it doesn't seem to.
Yeah, different trucks now. Yeah. Thank you. And thank you, Viviani, for joining in the fun.
Yes.
So let's see. Wiki's next, right?
Yes.
Wiki is next.
And we can go till past maybe, because we do still have quite a list. I think we should close the list if we're gonna try to finish it too.
I agree. Oh, okay.
Oh, 10 of Cups coming out. Interesting. Oh, and then a bunch of swords. Whoa. Okay, we got the 10 of Cups in the center here. Oh, the trash truck is coming back by again. So, really, right now, your whole life is centered on the fulfillment of family. You're really feeling that family is the thing that's like your main focus. But you're also thinking, there's the 3 of Wands, you're thinking about what's out there. What else does the world have for you? And Page of Swords, you're starting to learn about new things that have always interested you. But you're also feeling a little disheartened about life in general, I want to say, with this. That doesn't feel like something specific. This is just like, the more you learn, the more it feels like a stab to the heart in a way. You're learning things that, eventually will make you feel a little stuck, right? So it's kind of like the knowledge is there and it's kind of sucky, but there's also at the same time nothing you can do about it. And I'm feeling like all this is surrounding this fulfillment, this feeling of love with family, and it's almost like you're trying to protect this from the cold and the sharp of the world. And you're surrounded by a bunch of swords here. Of course, interesting, you got the 3 of Wands on one side and the 3 of Swords on the other. So there's definitely a lot of anxiety coming through for some reason. I don't. There's not like an anxiety card here other than the 8 of Swords, maybe, but there's just this feeling of like wanting to protect. This one's like really strong in here. You get the Three of Cups and the Six of Wands. So, I mean, obviously, you are very surrounded by a lot of really good friends, amazing family, um, and they help you gain your victories. Right? And you want to help celebrate, right, with the Four of Wands. But you're always worried about that tower moment that's coming, right? You're just like, this is always on your mind, even when this is happening. Right? So you need to remember that when you're in this moment, just enjoy every second, because you rarely get those moments. And when you're in this moment, just ask, what is the lesson in this? So that you can then move forward and rebuild your nest. Right? Because this is, I'm feeling very strongly, this is all about family, nest, security, and why you want to celebrate and really embrace celebration. This I like to think of this top corner as like one of the main focuses, and that's the Three of Cups, is that being able to celebrate with your loved ones and friends. But you're also surrounded with these like anxieties. So overthinking, yes. Oh, she just says I'm an overthinker, which leads to worry. Yep. So, but look, shadow card here. Nine of Cups. If you have everything you need, if you just let yourself feel the contentment and not let the worry overwhelm you so much, I think that'd be a good thing. Oh, we got a runner. Put that here so you can see that. It's interesting. It's the sun. What did you get? I'd like to have you read before I read the runes.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, straight away I was asked to pick up these two crystals, rhodonite and galena, galena is like a super amplifier, and rhodonite focusing on love. And the first message that your guides said to me was that there is no need for change within you, that you are doing exactly what they want you to do. And they were talking about the love that is in your core, that your overriding motivation about sharing and expressing love is so strong in you. And that really is where they see you doing your best work, is holding on to that center core that is so strong in love. And while Jonathan was doing his spread, and of course, here comes the truck, what happened was I was given the rest of the picture, in that you being in a learning mode and overthinking mode. So what, tell me when to mute when it gets too loud, and I'll try and get this in. Third eye, you're knowing about who you are and what is at your core, and for you to speak that instead of taking in, if you're in learning mode, student mode, instead of trying to incorporate things that are coming at you like a student would, they want you to speak your truth about who you are. Hold on.
Okay, while she mutes, I will talk a little bit about the runner, because the one that flew off the table, it landed with the sun up. So this is the sun and moon rune. Okay, so the sun. Well, what do you think of? Think of the card from the deck. The sun is happiness, right? But it's also masculine energy. It's the Godhead. It's the eye of God. If you want to think about animals that are connected to the sun, you can think of the eagle, the stag. There's the wheel of Dharma. So it's it's this intuitive but deductive reasoning that kind of like, I guess, runs away with you, right? It literally ran off the table. So, um, right, but don't. It's like you're chasing that happiness constantly, even though it's right here. And then, uh, did you have more, Betsy, before I go more into the runes? Oh, still okay. Um, so landing here on the Three of Cups, we got the Horned God, right? The, Crononus, Pan, Amom. It's the opposite of the triple goddess. So you can think of it as the youth, father, elder. It's the stasis, it's stability, kind of like the emperor, right? And it's pointed right at Three of Wands, right? So Three of Cups, Three of Wands here. It's like it's okay to celebrate, and it's okay to plan like expansions, being able to go out there and like be a part of the world. Here, upside down, we have sunrise, right? So beginnings, new beginnings, and being it that is kind of I would call this reverse in a way because pointing straight up. And as I would read it with the direction rune here, because it's also pointing directly at the words, Page of Swords. It's this constant like cycle of starting again and finding like going a new direction and starting again and then going another direction and starting again. And it's like maybe that cycle needs to end, right? And here we have the spiral pointing right at that. So it's the same thing. It's like being stuck in that spiral is kind of blocking the happiness. So finding that direction, the direction that you really want to be going, which is here, obviously, and worrying about your happiness running away. This literally jumped off the table. I've never had this one jump off the table like that before. Yeah, it's all about being content with where you are while still being able to expand, right? And let go of the worry, right? The constant like striving for victory.
To not worry.
There's a lot of spread wings on here too. So,
and I keep getting to not worry so much about if you are okay in other people's eyes, to stop trying to gauge your okayness by other people's standards, that because you know who you are on the inside, and you're just trying to, I feel like you're trying to find out if who that is acceptable, is okay. But I think if you begin speaking about some of the things that you know, and I mean the things in your core that you know about the power of loving action, I think if you start speaking a little bit of this out loud in appropriate situations, that it will build some momentum for you about being more comfortable in your skin. And to remember that expressing your love multiplies that around you. It can be love for self, love for energy, love for the universe, love for all beings, love for the process, but just to express that love that you have so strongly within you. It is really big. I'm not able to express the size of this, that this is something that you brought with you. That's funny because Soul Star is in the chat, and I'm hearing Soul Star, your Soul Star. You brought that with you into this lifetime, and all the questions that you have around that is just part of the process of you learning how to express that and how to manage that in different realms of existence. I don't know if I'm getting a little too out there on that one or not, but it's pretty big. It's pretty big for me.
Hope that was helpful with you.
And the trash truck is making its lap around the cul-de-sac. It's going to be back shortly.
Okay. We've got 3 left. We've got Beth, the Phaser Rising, Debbie Aquarius Owl, and Gerald Roast. Oh, I heard it that time.
Can you hear it? That's what it's way in the cul-de-sac. Oh, but it won't be long. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I have to go get something. I'll mute while the guy's going around anyway.
Oh, hey, Kristen Luis. Oh, a priestess, huh? Bless you. I'm going to sip real quick. Tease elsewhere. Okay. So, well, Betsy's muted.
He's just about gone now.
Okay. Good.
Hey,
So,
Kristen.
Beth, in the middle here we have High Priestess. That's you with your knowledge, right? That's the moon here. It's like, moon. Lots of moon energy going on with you. Then we got the Page of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and Cups. So I'm seeing this as it's this connection with the moon is really helping you go after the things you want in a big way, learning new ways of thinking, and really like self-assessing, doing a lot of self-assessing, thinking about your destiny and where you're going. And we have both the High Priestess and the Empress out here, so I'm seeing this also as like the idea of figuring out your role in life and how that plays into your destiny. And, with 5 of Wands with 4 of Wands, which is interesting. So this feels more internal, that conflict of which way do you go, which direction you want to go in. But in the long run, I don't think it really matters which one of these 5 you pick. It will always come to the celebration. And obviously, with this in the shadows here, the 7 of Cups, it's about decisions. That you're having so many choices, so many thoughts, and the moon that also can be confusion and like being lost in illusion. So what this is really calling to you is listen to that intuition that you have. You know the right direction. And don't forget that it doesn't really matter which direction, right? It will always eventually come to a happy place. Yeah, definitely. I just feel a lot of good vibes, mostly internal struggle. And it's choices. It's the choices that causes the struggle. Okay. What do you have?
Well, okay. So when I was asking if I had an object that wanted to come, I was told to bring in my owl feather. Yes. And I think that's just symbolizing you with your tribe, your crew here. The owl crew is with you. And And this is kind of interesting because they're asking me about what's going on with your digestive system. They're wondering if there is something going on in your diet that's something that's kind of irregular for you, a regular intake dietary, and you kind of know it's not your friend. And they're talking about this is slowing down your digestive system a little bit. And it seems like it's on the later end instead of a stomach issue, instead of a breaking something down. It feels like this is more on an elimination end, that there is something that's hanging in there that maybe is just slowing down the process a little bit. They say you know what it is, don't have to mention it. But I keep seeing potato chips, and I'm not saying that it is potato chips, but what it is a reference to something that's kind of starchy, salty, a little bit of oil, which is all good things. But there's something going on here with this combination of whatever it is that maybe just to scale back a little bit on it, that it's not moving something completely through. They say this is it's definitely not potato chips. They're okay. So what they're showing me is this is something that's like a little bit of a stopper that's preventing the rest of moving through. Now, potato chip addiction. Oh, well, I don't know it. How do you know it? I don't know it. It's not me. You guys know me for 2 years on YouTube. I don't hold the wisdom. This ain't me. And what's interesting here is I got a mishmash on the chakra cards, and they all came in reverse. Crown chakra was the center point of this. And then I also got in reverse root and sacral. So the desire for congruency was being stopped up on the lower end also. And the shadow card is the heart, because this is kind of the key. Interestingly enough, you're speaking your truth because nothing came up in blue. So you're already talking about it. So what is the hang up? Where is the hang up? It's just not your time, they say. It's just not your time. You're accumulating the tools. You're on the earth playground, and it's just not your time yet to step into your majesty. You know all the stuff. You have all the tools. Gerald, you have all the tools. Mastery is in your background, and you're down here playing. So be kind to yourself. Let yourself off the hook if you're being hard on yourself. They're bringing up the heart chakra again. Be kind on yourself. If you've been a little hard on yourself about progress that you feel you have failed to make, that you are allowed to have some time in playground as a human.
Mm. So I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pop out here, and one of them is like flew almost off the table, and it's the lemniscate. So it's almost like that connection to spirit feels so far away, but it's really not. I mean, you got the high priestess here, but so normally I start top here, but this just jumped out at me so strong. So this is the balefire. This is like one of the worst rune, not worst, but it's like one of the only like negative, right? And it's talking about how that addiction to potato chips or whatever it is that the self-sabotage is what's blocking that connection, right? That vision, that third eye connection. We got moon on top of moon here. So it's obvious that you have that connection. It's there strongly. It's just there's something, it's like self-blocked. Part of it is here. This is the rune for sunset.
Oh, really? Didn't know there was such.
So the Four of Wands, it landed right next to the Four of Wands. So it's almost like you're blocking yourself in a way because you're worried about happy times ending. Right? You're worried about the sun will set, but then maybe it won't rise again, right? Or you're worried about having to start over each time you celebrate. It's also kind of like the ending of one time of space and the start of another kind of space, right? So, but it's connected to that Four Wands, that feeling of celebration. It's almost feeling like that celebration is its own little pocket world that you crave in a way. And here you have the directions, right? The crossroads, I should say. So the ley lines, its choices, its place of sacrifice, right? It's connection, meeting place of divine presence. But it's also about like being able to sacrifice those things that are self-sabotaging you, finding that way of connecting completely. And what do we have over here? We got Ace of Swords. That's okay. We got the moon on the moon, and we got the swords on the Ace of Swords. So it really is. It's just you have all the connections you need. It's just you need to realize it and understand that it's there. And even if happy times don't last, they with the sunset landing on there, we have all the time in the world. There's going to be ups and downs. Without the dark, how will you know the light? So don't be so hard on yourself, right? Stop beating yourself up about self-sabotage, because that is a form of self-sabotage too. Right? You have all the connections you need. There's nothing, stop it.
You're allowed to play human.
Yeah.
We know you're putting on a coat, on a cloak.
You're allowed to make choices.
You're allowed. You're just allowed.
You're allowed to sip from every cup if you want before you make your true choice. I mean, and what's under that? The Ace of Cups.
And to remember that when you're wearing the human suit, you're not necessarily supposed to be as majestic as you normally are. That the human suit, just the weight of it alone, brings some limitations in the third dimension. And don't beat yourself up about that. If you haven't changed lead into gold yet, it's all right. Relax. You do that plenty in other realms. Sometimes we got to get back to basics. Think of this lifetime like a Hollywood rom-com about the high-powered lawyer in Manhattan with the corner office with the view, gets burned out and goes back home to Vermont to the family farm and learns how to make jelly and finds happiness in that simplicity. That's your lifetime, right? And when you're not in the human suit, you're in this amazing power play. And then when you're here, just make some jelly and have some fun. It's okay.
Yeah. Next, we have Aquarius Owl saying owl, owl, owl.
Owl, owl. It's funny the feather came for somebody else.
Right. Well, because she's already connected with Owl. She doesn't need ringing either.
Yeah. Doesn't need reinforcements. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. I'm supposed to say something now, Jonathan.
Okay. All right.
So George jumped in. Yeah. George jumped in, and right beside it, a hunk of black tourmaline. And George says, there's somebody infringing on you energetically that you need to X out now.
That's perfectly.
I'll just leave that for now. I will leave that there for now.
Huh. Interesting. before I get started, let me just plug in the external battery here in my phone. In case using it as an extra camera does seem to bleed it dry. Apologize for the shaking.
Yeah, no worries.
Should be good. Get my feet now. You're very welcome, Beth. She says, "Wow, that makes so much sense. Thank you both."
Cool. Isn't it funny when we get a hall pass from the guides? I just love those days. Love those days.
Wow. I'm seeing a lot of owls just sitting for the most part. It's interesting. Okay, so we start with King of Cups in the center here. So I'm feeling this is about you really being in control of your emotions, right? Your emotions don't control you. You control the emotions. They got nothing on you. So we get the World, Page of Wands, Two of Wands, Four of Wands. Ooh, a lot of wand energy going on. A lot of fire. Yeah.
I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Which is funny considering we got water in the center. So it's really the emotional thing is also your connection to your intuition, being able to like you can hear the ancestors really well. You can hear the voice of the world. That intuition helps you really gain the things you need to gain, helps you make decisions, right? Makes you decisions that like got 2 wands to 4 wands. So it's like it's really good at helping you make decisions that double what you have. Right? So then you end up with lots of happiness. In the corners here, got the Knight of Swords with the Page of Pentacles. Court cards, huh? Because in the other 2 corners, we got Ace of Cups and Queen of Wands. Actually, you have a court. Whoa, you have a full court, and each court was from one. So you got Earth for the Page, Air for the Knight, Fire for the Queen, and Water for the King. That's pretty cool. Just taking in that the full court. Right? Your elements are very balanced, and you're able to really tap into the different layers of Page energy, Knight energy, Queen energy, King energy. Whichever role you need to play, it's easy for you to don that role. But when you're the Page, you're more like an earthy kind, right? When you're the Knight, you're more intellectual and really going for it. When you're the Queen, you're more fiery, right? Helping stoke the fire. And when you're the King, that's when you tap into the deeper waters, right? For me, this is about you playing the role that you need to play in the world, right? And helping to nourish the next generation without feeling like you're, what is the shadow card, feeling like you're not enough, right? You are enough. You will always be enough. I mean, you are able to tap into so much. It's amazing. The only major that came out was the World, right? You have 2 pages here, actually. So when you are a Page, you can either do the fiery thing or the earthy thing, right? So you stoke the energy or plant the seed. Oh my God. Can you hear the snoring?
Hear the what?
Snoring.
Oh, it's the puppy asleep.
Oh my God, he's snoring so loud right now. Okay. What do you have?
Yeah. So I'm just getting this nudge about the professional side of your world, i.e., your financial stream. And it feels to me like the relevant message here about somebody that needs to be blocked. It feels like they're related to your income stream, and that there may be some concern about a disruption in your income stream if you were to stand up to this person who's, I want to say, a bit of a bully, someone that is like holding their position, choking you by holding their position above you. That I was also asked to look into this, and the two words that I got from that are shite storm. Yes, I didn't say. Yeah. So trouble brewing. Now, the trouble brewing is if the situation remains unchecked, if there is not a shift in how the situation is playing itself out, that outcome would not be the most beneficial for you, that the most beneficial outcome for you, oddly enough, will seem like it's going in the opposite direction of how you think you need to go along to get along. The most beneficial outcome for you is if you do stand up for yourself, and if you do draw some boundaries, and if you do set some limits about what you are and are not willing to accept from the situation. I don't know what's going on. I really feel like I want to ask about it. But yeah, it's like a dangling carrot for me about wanting to know what's going on with this. And okay, there is somewhat boss of mine I don't like, but everyone loves is retiring Friday. Good riddance. Okay. Yay.
Oh, that could be the King of Cups then.
Yeah, I'll take that. I think,
which is interesting because the symbol for air landed on the King of Cups. So this is about your thoughts on him, right? So this is
some kind of level of smarminess. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that news. I'm happy to hear that news. And if there is an opportunity for you to accept a little more responsibility, and I would say accept that, even if it seems like it may rock the boat about the ladder of succession, accept it, because if you don't accept it, then it's like you're going to be underneath everybody else, continuing to be underneath everybody else.
That would explain the wand landing on the Queen of Wands. Take your wand back.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go for it.
There's the cord here between Page of Wands and Ace of Cups. So, the cord is like connection, energy imbalance, endings, right? Silver cord, sympathy, tangles, right? It's between the Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands, with you being the Queen of Wands, right? So it's saying that it's time to cut the emotional connection with that fear of stepping up and just do it. With the air landing on the King of Cups, I realize now that King of Cups represents that person that's like right in the middle of everything you're dealing with. The directions landed, or crossroads landed on the world, but reversed. So in a way, it's like finally everything is going. So you're going to finally be able to flip that around and get things going the way they're supposed to be going once this guy is going. Right? And then here in the future, we got sunrise on the Two of Wands with healing. So it's that idea of like your dawn is coming, healing was coming with it, and you choose whether to stay, become that Queen of Wands, or move on to something else and become a Page of Wands, right? So, yeah.
I feel like the people around you in this situation don't really recognize your competence and your confidence because you've been a team player. You've been a very, very good one. I think it's time for them to come to know you a little bit better.
Right. That chord could also mean it's time to stop playing the part of the Page of Wands and become that Queen of Wands with the
Yeah.
wand, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't
right?
talk.
The wand represents change, right?
Yeah.
Courage, optimism, ambition. Go for it.
They're saying you don't have to talk about what you can do. You just show them.
Just
Go
show
ahead. Go ahead and accept that added responsibility and just show them how darn good you are and how valuable you are. Because it's there. You know it's there. They just don't know it yet because they haven't had the opportunity to really know you fully because you have been a team player. So go ahead and show them.
I agree.
Yeah. Sweet. That one makes me really happy.
And it, like I said at the beginning, it's like you can play any role you need to, but it's time for you to step up and be you, right?
Yeah. Sweet. That was a good one. Thank you, George.
Next, we have our last one, Gerald. You have enough time. Yeah, you and Gerald have enough time, I should say.
Yeah. We're in, it's there's an 90 minutes.
Okay.
At least that's what I'm hoping. If I'm wrong, Gerald, please let me know. If it's 30 instead of 90. Either way, we got it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you come to me. Okay. I just stay right there.
Gerald says we have 90 minutes.
Good. That's what I was thinking. And all of a sudden I'm craving potato chips. Oh.
And I can't have them, and I used to love them.
Yeah, I was never a salty snacker. I was always into the sweets, but as time changes. Last minute research. I did my rumination. So, yes. So cord cutting, guys. We're talking about cord cutting. And I feel like there's a tool that I feel like there's a tool that I'm supposed to have and I can't find it. My mom gave me this amethyst point. Ooh.
Wow.
In the late 80s.
Gorgeous.
There's been some bits have fallen off over the years, but she's still pretty hefty. Oh, what's going on? Who's there? Hello? One ringy dingy? Full ringy dingy? It's Ernestine. It's Ernestine. Ernestine calling from the phone company. Hello. What's going on, Ernestine?
Wow.
Gerald, why is Lily Tomlin in the room with us? Edith Ann and Ernestine are both here.
Oh, goodness. Trying to find balance, obviously. Temperance is in the middle here. The thing I love about this temperance is the owl actually has their eyes closed. They're seeing without seeing. Six of Cups. God, look at this star card. Wow.
That's beautiful.
This one gives me the feels. The Hierophant.
Oh, look at Gerald's comment.
Yes. Yeah. 6 of Swords. So I'm seeing that with Temperance in the middle here, you're really focusing on your art in more ways than one, the craft. You're focusing on your alchemy. You're remembering things from the past. And if you notice, there's 6 cups, but I'm seeing that these, so we got worms, snails, frogs, crabs. So it's like you get all the 4 elements together. Right? Temperance is all about balance. Then we have star, that connection to spirit, the connection to the other side, the connection to the ancestors. With the Hierophant, being able to share that knowledge, that connection. And that being able to share is how you move to the other side, how you move on to calmer waters, and you leave those troubled waters behind because you don't have time for them. The corners here, we have Judgment and 5 of Wands. So stop judging yourself for not doing everything that you put your mind to. Okay? There's going to be 50 million things we all want to do, and that's what that 5 of Wands for me is right now, is that internal conflict of which wand do I pick up and start using? Which wand do I focus on? Right? And the Judgment is all about you having to I know that you are retired now and you're trying to find yourself again. I get the 2 of Pentacles with the Hermit. There again, the Limits Gate, that balance, that finding, right? That figuring out what is your balance. And then the Hermit here is you passing again with the Hierophant, the Hermit passing on your light. There's a car alarm going off right now.
Can't hear it.
No, okay, it is so loud for me. It's distracting.
Maybe just every now and then a beep. I can go if you need to.
Yeah, let me just toss and then I'm going to mute.
Okay, cool. So first off, I got Papa Bear came in, and with it, a little rose quartz, and then Big Mama Healer. All right, Nicole, aloha. Thanks for have a great day. Thanks for being with us. And interestingly enough, as Jonathan was shuffling and getting the cards laid out, I kept hearing about being the den father for everybody else, being the den father. And so you saw me as Jonathan was explaining the readings going bing, 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 bing on all the hits that I was getting about being such an adept teacher, mentor, manager, being so supportive, so nurturing, so caring, and so empowering for the people around you. And I know all of us on Tarot Tube cherish you for that. And here it comes. But now to swing the balance, because we don't want you to burn out. We don't want you to exhaust your internal resources. I know you have a lot of support around you. They're talking a little bit about an avenue that is you're starting to get a little depleted. I know you have the skills and I know you have great support around you. And again, but the guides are just talking about there is one aspect of your is it emotions? Is it emotions? It seems like it's an emotional component here about appreciation. those that are not, those that are your beloved fans and followers, but perhaps are not able to express their appreciation enough to complete this full circle for it to all come back to you. That we want to send it back to you. And all of a sudden now I'm just getting this huge rush of energy coming through me, as there is a rush of support of the spiritual teams from all the people that you have been guiding and counseling along this tarot tube dimension. They are all sending a rush of energy to you now to replenish some of that appreciation. And I hope it's not overwhelming, because it's a lot. And if you want to block it, you know how to do that. But they are saying on the 3-dimensional world, it's not that there is a lack of appreciation. It's that there's an inability to express it effectively. So take a little time for yourself every now and then. They just showed me what they want to see on they want to see on a YouTube live, you on a lounge chair with an umbrella drink in your hand staring at an ocean. That's what they want to see for you, is some kind of a little getaway, a little reset. And yeah, so Gerald says that makes sense. There's so much I'd like to share with everyone. There's only so many hours in the day. Yeah. Right. Absolutely. But to just know that your fulfillment on this, the amount of what you are contributing, you may not be able to get the same level back in expressed appreciation, because others don't have the capacity to do everything that you can do. Mm-hmm. So Papa Bear needs a massage. Papa Bear needs a little replenishment, a little self-nurturing there, just whatever it is. And oh no, the guides are like, not whatever, we told you, go to the beach. You're not that far away from the Bahamas. Okay.
Oh my God. No, he just needs to come to Maui.
Yes, it's a lot further away, but yes.
Well, it's interesting because he's talking about the spirituality is like both a blessing and a hindrance, because I got on the star card the balefire and the horned god, right? So it's like it's brings stasis and stability, but at the same time is kind of like, you know, how would I read the balefire here? This is kind of like I can read balefire as self-sabotage, but this is not self-sabotage. It's almost like greed for your time in a way, greed for what you have, people wanting to like just keep grabbing more and more of what you're offering. Interesting enough, we got a clump here. We got healing reversed on the 6 of Cups. So in some ways, sometimes that nostalgia can actually stop your healing. We got the fire on Temperance, which is interesting because it's very similar to the triangle on the chest there. But it's that internal fire, that spark of life, your spirit, your just like your enthusiasm, right? And then we have the spiral pointing right at the 6 of Swords. So the spiral is like the labyrinth. You know? It's that it's the seed of potential as well. It's that movement between the inner world and the outer world. And so in a way, a lot of what you're doing with these spiritual helpings is you're helping people move from those troubled waters to the calm waters. But at the same time, it's connected to this lack of healing for self, this like using too much of your fire to continue the spiral for others, right? And then we have the sun. So it's that divine God energy in a way. but it's like here, I think it's more about using your intuitive and deductive reasoning to figure out which of the wands you can drop so that you're no longer in conflict in that 5 of wands and can do more of like a celebratory 4 of wands. Right? So you can drop some of this work that you might not necessarily even need to be doing. And shadow card, of course, all of the choices. And what's under that? Another card of choices. It's like, yeah, these choices are what's causing the issue more than anything. I think it's trying to do it all, right? It's all about finding that balance. You need to make sure that you're nourishing self as well as nourishing others.
And kind of following the theme of fried foods, they showed me this little image of the fried fryer, which would be like a past life thing about a religious figure, the friar, who was burned at the stake. And they're saying, you can't be everything to everyone because eventually they're going to turn on you.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Keeps a mystery. Keeps a mystery. Yeah.
There's an extra rune here I didn't even see at first because it's not on the cloth, but it's the sunset. So I think this is a warning of like, don't overextend yourself. Your sunset will come eventually. Don't forget to enjoy life while you're helping others as well.
Yeah, did you see Gerald's comment? The 2 of Pence is his favorite card, and the opposite corner is his soul card, the Hermit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep silent. Keep a little mystery. Yeah. Keep a little mystery.
And that's the pair too, which is funny. The last pair in the spread. So yes, I hope that was helpful, Gerald. This was so much fun.
Bear.
Thank you so much.
Papa Bear says, "Take me for a massage." What a massage! I want one too.
And he says, "Understood, Betsy, to keep silence."
Yeah. Papa Bear.
Okay.
No.
Let us. Oh, hello.
Hey, there we are.
There we go. Hi, everybody.
Hey. Hi. Thank you, Jilly. She says we team together well. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Well, this is not our first lifetime.
And it has been 2 years of our once a month, right?
It's true. It's true. So we've been like doing this for a long time.
Not a long time, but maybe in some regards, because I think a lot of this stuff kind of comes and goes, like my channel kind of comes and goes.
Yeah, it's true. Speaking of, do you have anything coming up soon?
Gerald's channel in about an hour. Yes. That's what's coming up for me.
Woohoo. I have to run up to Ace of Cups and give Nicole my demo reading.
Oh, cool. Jonathan and I are so excited. There's a new metaphysical shop, and it seems like they really have got it going on up there. I think
it's amazing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go back. I'm not in any big rush. They're doing a real slow rollout and taking their time and letting things settle into place and find their own rhythm, which I love. Instead of trying to come in like gangbusters, they're coming in very gently, and boy, they really want to support all of the community, all the metaphysical community. So it's really cool.
Well, the thing I love is that they have like they're not into competition.
Right. They're not into competition.
Exactly. So if you're ever on Maui, make sure to hit up Ace of Cups in Haiku. It's amazing. And it's actually where I got, oh, I don't have it with me, the Magical Botanical.
Oh, we have a question.
Beth says, what do you think of the Tarot of Owls? This was her maiden voyage. Yes. Oh, yes.
Voyage is my word of the year. Voyage.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, this is my first time using the deck, and I loved it. I mean, it's a great deck. You know what? It has the same feel for me as the Tarot of Dragons.
Is the what?
Tarot of Dragons. The dragon deck I was using has the same kind of feel because it's the same kind of like borderless art with just a simple title at the bottom. So it has, I mean, it's definitely got its own vibe, but I mean, it reminds me of that a lot. But yeah, it's a great deck. I have a strong connection with owls, so I had to get it. I should reach out to Pamela Chen and see if we can get her on for an interview.
Yeah, it's a very pretty deck. I love the illustrations.
Next week, Kelly will be joining us to talk about the Sacred Bee, Keeper of the Sacred Bee. Please join me next week. I look forward to that. We were using the reading cloth from this deck. It just got it. It's a Kickstarter, and she will be having extra copies on her website soon, hopefully. And it's the third of the 3 Sacred Bee decks.
Maui County is hovering outside my window. Can you hear them?
No.
They might be training because the helicopter is hovering over Kamoli Beach 3, and there's a guy rappelling down. They're lowering a dude on a rope.
Oh my God.
Dude on a string. Dude on a string going to the ground. Yes, they can land the helicopter at that beach park, but they're just dropping some guy down there.
Wow. That's amazing. Imagine being there on the beach and you're like, what?
Huh? Why this guy is dropping down? Yeah.
Oh, Gerald says he's still waiting for his Keeper of the Sacred Beach.
It's got to be coming, Jonathan.
I'm sure it'll be there by Friday, probably. Is my guess.
When did you get yours, Jonathan?
I got mine Saturday, I want to say. I think it was
okay.
Saturday.
I'm thinking it's in the mail.
Yeah.
Cool.
Pretty sure it was Saturday. No, I'm not. Now I'm second guessing myself. I don't know. My memory is shot. So thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you everyone. This was such a fun chat.
Yes. Thank you to everyone who let us read for them. And hopefully we will see you guys over on Tarot Stash in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Hour and 12 minutes, I'm guessing. Something like that.
60-ish minutes. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Cool.
Thank you, everyone.
I need to make an outro. That's what I need to work on.
Aloha and a hui ho.
Yes. Aloha. Bye, everyone.